Welcome to the first episode of So Young, 青春的样子, where we discuss things that you might find relatable. I'm Alicia.
I am Karina. You may be wondering, why does our podcast have a Chinese name? Well, because we are from the bilingual course of Chinese Media and Communications. Therefore, you will be hearing both English and Chinese in our episodes. Today's episode will be in English.
Hey, do you know what day is it today?
20th May?
That's right! Happy 520 to everybody!
520, also known as 我爱你, or translated to I love you, is a day for those in China to celebrate with their loved ones.
520 is not officially known as Chinese Valentine's, but people still celebrate it as a day where couples may choose to give gifts or even watch movies with each other. So talking about gifts, should guys give gifts to girls again? Because they probably done so on the 14th of February.
I feel like it just depends on individuals. If they want to give, they can give. It is not exactly an obligation to give or not. Because I feel like if you want to give, fine. It is a way of showing that you love someone. Maybe you just like the gesture of giving gifts. But then it is not exactly an obligation because you could celebrate this Chinese Valentine's in other ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be giving gifts, you know?
We are on the same side. So I don't think it's necessary, but I feel like some girls may want to receive a gift again to prove that their partner really loves them, that kind of thing. So we have received a response from Reddit regarding this topic. So it says, on a personal viewpoint, guys giving gifts again shouldn't really matter. Let's first start at why people even give gifts in the first place. It's to show appreciation. Well, does it matter who gives who? If it does not hurt the guy financially and is well within his means, and if he wants to show appreciation by all means, but if the guy believes that he can show appreciation via other forms and not a gift, it's also fine as well. So really, giving a gift is not the really correct and only way to show that, you know, you like me. We'll be discussing later on in the episode. So there's this TikTok trend that was, you know, going viral not too long ago. It was basically about selling their boyfriend at 99 cents. Have you heard of that?
No.
But what do you think it is about?
I'm guessing that the girlfriends may not be satisfied with their boyfriends.
Somewhat that, but basically how this whole thing came about was that because when couples are together, the boyfriend didn't ask the girlfriend to be
This Valentine.
Yeah, which led to the girls thinking that, okay, maybe I should follow this trend, right? As maybe a joke. But some might be on the serious side. And some girls also like to post on social media and be like, oh my god, my boyfriend gave me like a YSL branded bag, something like that, to show how sweet their boyfriend is by giving them something that they want. Now let's think backwards. Should girls give gifts to guys?
Okay, about this. You know, recently I've been on Instagram and I've seen a lot of videos where guys share their experience on something that they heard from girls long ago, maybe a compliment. Like, example, there was this guy that I heard. He said, oh, I remember that this girl in my school used to tell me once that I have really nice eyelashes, and he remembered it for so many years. Isn't it crazy how, you know, guys get complimented so little? So I feel like if girls give gifts to guys, it is a very nice gesture, because maybe when it comes to upbringing, right, guys get told to be manly and be brave more and not to share their feelings. Or maybe that's just a really old saying, but then
the traditional way
maybe
of thinking.
it's a traditional way of thinking. So I feel like right now, if guys get appreciated more when it comes to maybe compliments and stuff like that, and they don't have to hide themselves, it is a very good thing. And if girls want to give gifts to guys, I think it's very well appreciated. And once again, you don't have to give it if you don't want to, but then yeah, if you give it, it's just very nice. Yeah.
And regarding this topic, we also have 2 other responses. So would you like to read out the first one?
Okay, sure. So response number 1 was, I do think girls should give the guy they like something. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but a little gift can be a good way to show that she really does like the guy.
Second response is, depends entirely on what the girl wants to do to show appreciation to him. It's never an obligation, especially since it's kind of a cultural thing. Plus, not everybody uses gifts to show appreciation. Yeah, because gifts, right, is actually one of the 5 love languages.
So, we're going to introduce the 5 love languages. First of all, it's words of affirmation, which basically means words that communicate love, respect, or appreciation.
Second would be quality time, which is setting aside time and spending it with your loved ones.
Yep, the third one is acts of service, which means doing something for your partner that you know they would like.
The fourth one is the one that we are currently talking about right now in this episode, which is gifting. Giving somebody a gift that they like, and it may have a significant value behind it, even though it might be not expensive, but it might hold memories of like couples being with each other.
Yep, and the last one is physical touch, which is expressing affection through touch, physical closeness, or other forms of physical connection like holding hands.
Talking about love languages, which is your preferred love language?
Personally, I think it's quite hard to choose a preferred love language because with all the 5 love languages, maybe I do all of them. I think it's quality time. Because if you think about it, we are all students. We are really busy with our studying and we may not necessarily have time to buy gifts or go and make gifts. So for me, right, I think it's quality time because every day after class, I would spend time with you and our other friends. And I feel like it doesn't really matter what we do. As long as we are spending time together, it is quality time. And also because I don't have a relationship and I've never been in one. So I'm using this friendship and maybe spending time with my family as an example.
My love language will be quite similar to yours, which is spending quality time with someone I like. So because I like going out to places and I want to share the joy of being at a certain place at a certain time because it brings me good memories. So I will spend my time maybe doing some activities that I like with someone that I like. I think it's a win-win situation because you can remember these memories for life. And if he's always willing to spend time with you no matter how busy he is, it's a sign for you to continue the relationship.
Yep. Okay, now moving on. Is giving gifts actually the correct and only way of expressing your true love towards the other party in a relationship?
From my point of view, because I already said that even though spending quality time is one of my preferred, but it doesn't mean that it's only this. There are also other love languages that I can relate to. But I think that giving gifts is not really, I'm not saying it's not correct, but it's not the only way to be expressing your love towards the other party in the relationship. Because again, I prefer spending quality time with someone I like. So I feel that expressing your true love cannot be just limited to giving gifts. Like from what we have mentioned above, there are 5 love languages, so you can find out which one is your preferred love language.
It's definitely not the only way of expressing true love. Let me mention my grandparents, right? They are obviously born in the older generation where they do not really express themselves through maybe touch or words. My grandmother especially, she is the kind of person that will show it through actions, like acts of service. So every week when I go over to her house, she would just cut apple and then give it to me. Like I wouldn't have to ask her for it. It would just be in the fridge every time after dinner. And then she would ask me, you want to drink water? You want to eat this snack? Your uncle just came back from this country and he has chocolates. You want to eat them? So she's just going to show her love through
Yeah, she's always
acts.
thinking of you.
Yeah, she's always thinking about things that she could do for us. So I feel like both of my grandparents, their preferred way of showing their love is through acts of service and not necessarily through gifting or like words and stuff like that. And also I feel like gifting, right? For me, I don't exactly like it because even though I could receive gifts from someone and I could give people, what am I going to do with the gift after I get them? And like if it's maybe like a soft toy or something, and I already have a lot of soft toys, so I would just put them at home and I don't know what to do with them.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just like I prefer just spending quality time. And also, it's not just the quality time, it's the physical closeness with people. Because if you think about it, during COVID, we had, HBL and stuff like that. So even though we're technically close online, we're not close in person. And there's an obvious feeling difference.
Yeah, there's a gap.
Yeah, you feel the obvious gap. So I think me being closer to somebody physically while spending time with them is very important for me, which is why I say that gifts is not exactly the most correct and only way. So now, back to gifts. Does the price of gifts really matter?
I think I would like to explain it in my point of view as a poly student. So for this question, I'll have two answers, yes and no. So for the yes part, I feel like if someone gives me a gift that is $100 and I happen to find out that it's $100, okay, I feel like I have the need to give back the other person a gift that is equivalent to $100 because they might say something behind my back, be like, oh yeah, she's cheapskate. She gave me a $10 bag while I gave her a $100 t-shirt. Something like that. And I also don't want that person to have like a very negative impression on me. Whereas if it's for no, it's because I feel like the thought of getting somebody a gift matters because they might be spending like 5 hours trying to pick out a gift which is suitable for you.
I think that the price of gifts doesn't matter. There was once I gave my younger cousin a gift from Shopee. I think it was a makeup lipstick and maybe a palette that I bought online.
Like it's a kit.
Yeah, it's like somewhat a kid lah.
Yeah.
And then she is in primary school, so I wouldn't expect her to go and buy me something that's equivalent to the same price because obviously she's not earning money. I'm also not earning money. And it's more of maybe the fact that I know that she will like it, so I bought it for her. So I feel like the price really doesn't matter. It's just the thought of you someone giving somebody something that they like that matters the most.
When we receive the gift, should we recycle it? Use the gifts to people? Should we give it to other people?
It depends, So like for example, you see this little soft toy right in front.
Right.
I feel like if I receive this from somebody else, which I did, and I don't really have a purpose of it other than just displaying it, and if my house doesn't really have much of a space, I would choose to give the gift away so that I could clear space at home. But then again, I have to look at the quality of the gift. Is it dirty? Is the price tag there? If it's there, then maybe I'll just cut it off. And then is the tag at the bottom of the soft toy still quite clear? So I think the quality of the gift matters when you want to recycle gifts, which is why I say recycling is okay.
To me, it's not okay because I feel that if you want to give somebody something, you really truly mean it. Give it to them in a brand new condition. It is a basic form of respect.
Mm-hmm.
And they might have spent time picking out your gift. They might spend 5 hours at a mall or something picking out your gift. But if it's in the packaging still, and if it's something that you don't like and you want to donate it out to charity, I think that's another thing. And about used gifts, right, I actually had an experience with receiving it. Okay. So what you see now here is a photo card pack from Twice, from the album Eyes Wide Open. So I was given this bag of gifts, and this was the thing that caught my eye. So I decided to reach out for it. I opened it. Because last time I liked K-pop and I liked Twice, and Twice has 9 members. So in this photo card pack, there will obviously be 9 individual member photo cards. And there's also one extra photo card, which is a group photo card. So when I opened it, I counted, it was around like 6 to 7 cards inside. And I was kind of confused. I only have 3 here, but I'll just show you the cards to get the point across. And I went to ask the person who gave me the gift. I was like, isn't there 10? Like, where is my favorite member? I don't want to sound like I'm very demanding, but the person definitely knows that I like this member. So why are you giving me like arts and like
your
my favorite member isn't inside, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was kind of upset, but at the same time, maybe she didn't know that this thing had like 7 pieces in it or something.
Maybe she got scammed.
Okay, valid.
Last question of today. Come to think of it, right, we have talked quite a bit on love language and gifting. How do you think people should find out what their love language is?
I think observing is key. You should observe your own habits because it's a great way to identify which category you belong to.
So maybe you're not really sure about what love language you prefer exactly. Just like me, all you have to do is observe your habits because you would roughly know the things that you would do every day. So like maybe you would just hang out with your friends every day. Maybe you prefer buying things, stuff like that. It's just the observing yourself that is very important when it comes to finding out anything about yourself in general. Yeah.
All in all, I think giving presents is not the only way to express love towards your partner, and it's by choice, it's not forced. And everyone has their own way of expressing their love as stated in the 5 love languages that we introduced earlier.
Yep.
Most importantly, active communication in a relationship is needed for it to be healthy.
Definitely.
Preach.
motherfucking Eagle Double G.
With that, thank you for watching the first episode of So Young, and we hope that you have enjoyed it. So give us a like on our video,
Subscribe to our channel
share our video to your friends,
and turn on the notifications so that you won't miss our latest uploads.
and just to inform you guys, we'll be in episode 4 and 5 also, so please look out for us.
Look out.
Don't
for it.
forget us, please. Don't forget us. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.